Hi everyone and welcome back to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons, where we make maths and physics simple and we get you exam ready. Alright, today's lesson, financial maths, grade 11, but we're looking at what we call reducing balance method. So in short, when things reduce in value using compound interest, right? So let's look at definitions and solutions of problems. So reducing balance method, equation we use, A equal to P, 1 minus I, the power N. So you see there my time period is exponent, so compound interest, but a negative is showing that we're dealing with depreciation. Instead of writing A, we can also write F, which represents future value. So I'm not sure which one of the two your teacher is using. Alright, so A stands for accrued value or F stands for future value. P is my present value, meaning when we got the thing, what's the value of the item, and I is my interest rate and time period. Alright, now English-wise, reducing balance method can also be called compound decay. So you must be careful, sometimes we use English to catch you out. Alright, so BMW 325 IS worth 450,000 Rand is depreciated at 20% per annum, compounded monthly. What is the value of the car after 5 years? Now this here is much just a random percentage, but from auction houses, those of us that go buy and sell cars at auctions, right, percentage wise, we have a book that gives us percentage or average rate of depreciation per different cars, brands, etc. that we buy. Last book I bought cost me about 600 bucks. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what car you can buy and at what price you can still sell it for. Right, but yeah, depreciated at 20% per annum, compounded monthly. What's the value of the car after 5 years? So P equal 450,000. My interest, 20% is 20 divided by 100, 0.20, compounded monthly, so divided by 12. If I divide the interest by 12, I must multiply the time period by 12. So 5 times 12 gives me 60, and we want to know what A is. So A equal P, 1 minus I to the power N, because it's depreciated at 20% per annum, and I use the word compound, so therefore reducing balance method, right? So 450, 1 minus 0.20 over 12 to the power 60, right? And after 5 years, my BMW would be what? 164,156 Rand 54 cents if I decide to sell it. That's based on that rate. Alright. Let's look at the next problem. Linda Kutler buys a VW costing 340,000. Right now, Linda Kutler and Tadiwan Ash has two boys I've tutored. And I'm very proud of these two boys. They've done very well. But they used to have this debate between which car is better and looks nicer and sexier, whether it's the VW or whether it's the Hyundai, especially the new Rangers that come out. So I just decided to use their two names here for reduction problems on the reducing balance, right? So Linda Kutler buys a VW Golf costing 340,000. The car depreciates at the rate of 12% per annum, compounded quarterly on the reducing balance method. Calculate the value of the car after 5 years. So P is 340,000. That's the value presently. I, 12 divided by 100 is 0.12, compounded quarterly, divided by 4. Time period, 5 years, so 5 times 4 would give me 20, and we're looking for the accrued value. So A equal P, 1 minus I to the power N. So P, 340,000. 1 minus 0.12 over 4, and N is 20. So after 5 years, my VW would be 184,890 Rand 7 cents. Right, so that would be the value of the VW after 4 years. Let's look at the next problem. Otadi Wanashe, he's studying now in Australia, and I wish him all the best. Tadi Wanashe buys his Hyundai Kona for 700,000 Rand. The value of the car depreciates at 6% per annum, compounded half yearly on a reducing balance. Calculate the value of his car after 4 years. Alright, so Present value 700,000. Interest 6%, which is 6 divided by 100, 0.06. Compounded half yearly, therefore divided by 2. Right? Then time period 4 years, 4 times 2. So if I divide by 2, I also have to multiply the time period by 2, which then gives me 8, and A equal to what we are looking for. So A equal to P, 1 minus I to the power n. A equals 700,000. 1 minus 0.06 divided by 2 to the power 8, which then gives me correct answer 548,620.35. Right, in the initial video that I did now before I'm changing this, I actually had 584. So I made an error there, wrote the two numbers around, but 100% correct, sure it's 548,620 rand 35 cents, right? Now let's go to the next problem. A machine cost 25,000 Rand in 2016. Right? Calculate the book value of the machine after 4 years if it depreciates at 9% per annum according to the keyword reducing balance method. So reducing balance method, A equal P, 1 minus I to the power n. Right? So P is 25,000. 9% is 9 divided by 100, which is 0.09. And then n there is 4 years. They didn't say compounded monthly or yearly, etc. Right? And when you see here Simon's Tuition Center and Maths and Physics, you should know we're dealing with the last page. So we're almost done. Right? So we substitute 25,000 in the place of P, I 0.09, and n equal 4. So 1 minus this to the power 4 times 25. So my machine, if I had to sell this machine after 4 years, I would only get 17,143 Rand 74 cents. So most items we buy will depreciate, right? And we have to find value between when we buy it and when we sell it, right? So I hope you understand. I hope we're together. Right? I wish you nothing but the best. God bless. Bye.